Welcome back to the coins world. Today, we dive deep into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1997 Liberty Washington Quarter Dollar. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey into the world of coins, this coin has a story that will captivate you. The Washington Quarter is more than just a 25-cent coin. It represents a turning point in U.S. coinage history. Before 1932, quarters featured the standing Liberty design, a symbol of strength and freedom. But in 1932, to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the U.S. Mint introduced a brand new design, honoring the first President of the United States. The designer of this iconic coin was John Flanagan, whose portrait of Washington would endure for decades. The obverse of the coin showcases Washington's dignified profile, a reminder of leadership, courage, and integrity. Notice the subtle details in his hair, the finely etched features, and the classical style that gives the quarter an air of timeless elegance. The reverse of the 1997 Liberty Washington Quarter Dollar continues the tradition of the eagle design, perched majestically with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch. The eagle is not just an artistic choice. It's a symbol of the United States' readiness for both peace and defense. Every line, every feather, carries a story of craftsmanship from the U.S. Mint. Now, let's talk about 1997, a year that might not seem extraordinary at first glance, but for coin enthusiasts, it holds its own significance. By the late 1990s, the Philadelphia P and Denver D mints were producing quarters in vast numbers, yet variations, minting errors, and collector editions still created rare treasures. Some coins from this year, especially those with exceptional strike quality or unique die variations, can become highly sought after by collectors. The coin itself is made of copper-nickel-clad composition, featuring a core of pure copper with outer layers of copper-nickel. This composition gives the coin its characteristic shine and durability, ensuring that it withstands decades of circulation while maintaining its aesthetic appeal. Collectors often look for mint state coins that have never circulated and retain their original luster. The 1997 Washington Quarter, in MS-65 or higher grades, can attract serious attention from buyers and collectors alike. Additionally, proof versions from 1997, struck with special care for collectors, exhibit a mirror-like finish and stunning details that make the coin a true work of art. But the story doesn't end there. Every quarter tells a part of American history. When this coin was minted in 1997, the country was experiencing a time of economic growth and technological change. The very coins in our pockets were silent witnesses to the rise of the Internet, the expansion of global trade, and the everyday lives of Americans who carried. Today we're diving deep into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1985 Liberty Washington Quarter Dollar. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, this coin holds stories, history, and surprises that will captivate you. The Washington Quarter is far more than just 25 cents. It's a symbol of American heritage. Before 1932, the quarters featured the standing Liberty design, a figure of courage, strength, and freedom. But in 1932, to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the U.S. Mint introduced a brand new design, a coin that would become timeless, gracing the pockets and collections of Americans for generations. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse of the Washington Quarter showcases the dignified profile of George Washington. Every detail, the fine lines of his hair, the resolute expression, the classical style, is a testament to Flanagan's craftsmanship. This isn't just a coin. It's a miniature sculpture of one of history's greatest leaders. The reverse during the years, including 1985, featured a majestic bald eagle, wings outstretched, clutching arrows, and an olive branch. This imagery isn't random. It symbolizes the United States' readiness for both defense and peace, a duality that resonates with the nation's history. Every feather, every line tells a story of vigilance, strength, and hope. Now let's focus on 1985, a year that may seem ordinary at first glance but holds its own numismatic significance. By the mid-1980s, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of quarters annually at the Philadelphia P and Denver D mints. Yet even in these mass-produced coins, subtle variations, mint errors, and collector editions created opportunities for treasure hunters. The 1985 Washington quarter is made of copper-nickel clad with a pure copper core and copper-nickel outer layers. This gives the coin durability while retaining a brilliant shine that has survived decades of circulation. Coins that remain uncirculated or in mint state often display a mirror-like luster that draws collectors' eyes immediately. Collectors pay attention to mint state grades. MS-60 through MS-70 and even minor differences can affect the coin's value dramatically. A coin in MS-65 or higher from 1985 can attract serious interest, especially if it has a flawless strike or a strong luster. Proof versions from the year, made for collectors, are even more exquisite, with mirror-like fields and sharply detailed designs. One of the most fascinating things about the 1985 Liberty Washington quarter is that it's part of a series that bridges generations. It connects the historical quarters of the 20th century to the modern era of state quarters, showing how design, symbolism, and artistry evolve over time. Each coin carries stories from the era in which it was minted. Think about it, the 1985 Washington quarter quietly circulated during a time of great technological and
Imagine finding an ordinary old quarter in your drawer or pocket and discovering that it is worth far more than 25 cents. Yes, this could happen because today we are talking about the 1969 Washington quarter dollar, and if you have the right one, it might turn the tables for you. Stay with this video until the end, because we will uncover the real value of this coin according to eBay and top auction platforms, and also how you can sell it for the highest profit. And remember, at the end, comment the price of your coin, and I will personally guide you on its real value and selling procedure. The 1969 Washington quarter belongs to the era when coins were still crafted, with a strong design and durable metal composition. Although silver was discontinued in quarters after 1964, the 1969 quarter still carries immense vintage charm, and collectors pay attention to this year, because special specimens can be extremely valuable. These quarters were minted at Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with the D mint mark, and San Francisco with the S mint mark, though the S mint from this year was only produced in proof form. That means the rarest among all 1969. Quarters are the high-grade proof strikes and error coins, which are known to bring strong auction results. Even though these coins are copper-nickel clad, their collectability depends heavily on condition, rarity of the strike, and errors. Most circulated 1969 quarters are worth face value. But once you enter the world of mint state graded coins, especially MS-65 and above, the story changes dramatically. On platforms like eBay and heritage auctions, some pristine 1969 quarters in high grade have sold for hundreds of dollars, and rare error examples can go even higher. Imagine finding a quarter you thought was old pocket, change and realizing it has market demand in the numismatic world. Now let us talk errors, because this is where things get truly exciting. A 1969 quarter with an off-center strike, double die obverse, clipped planche, broad strike, or missing clad layer can change its value drastically. One dramatic mint error can multiply a coin's value far beyond its face value. The coin community is always hunting for strong doubling, especially on the date and lettering. So if you have a 1969 quarter, do not just toss it in a coin jar. Look closely at the details. Check the rims, inspect the edges, and if you notice anything abnormal, you may be holding something very special. Collectors also love proof coins from this year, especially if the mirror-like fields and frosty designs are preserved without scratches. The S Mint Proof 1969 quarter in perfect condition can perform incredibly well, particularly if professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. A proof coin showing deep cameo contrast can easily command high prices on auction sites, auction records, and online. Sales continue to show growing interest.
Have you ever wondered if that ordinary-looking coin in your pocket could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? What if I told you that the 2017 Washington quarter dollar could be one of those hidden treasures? It might look like a regular coin, but some rare versions of this 2017 quarter have shocked collectors and sold for unbelievable amounts online. So before you spend it or let it slip away, stick around until the end of this video. Because if you have this 2017 quarter, it might just turn the tables for you. The 2017 Washington quarter is part of the Beautiful Quarters program, a series that began in 2010 and continued through 2021. Each year featured 5 different designs honoring national parks and historic sites across the United States. The obverse side of every quarter in this series carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, while the reverse side showcases the chosen national park or monument for that year. In 2017, the 5 special designs honored Effigy Mounds National Monument in Iowa, Frederick Douglass National Historic Site in Washington, D.C., Ozark National Scenic Riverways in Missouri, Ellis Island in New Jersey, and George Rogers Clark National Historical Park in Indiana. Each of these designs was produced at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark, located just beside Washington's ponytail, helps collectors identify where each coin was made. Most 2017 quarters are common and found in circulation today, but certain minting errors, proof coins, and uncirculated examples can carry significant value. Ordinary circulated 2017 quarters usually hold face value, but when you look on platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections, some examples have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their rarity and condition. For example, the 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter became one of the most discussed modern quarters due to unique strike errors and high-grade examples. Some coins struck in pristine mint condition with full luster have been graded MS-67 or MS-68 by PCGS and sold for between $200 and $100. In a few rare cases, coins with striking errors, like die cracks, off-center strikes, or double die designs have sold for over $1,000 at auction. Even more fascinating are the proof coins, made at the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. These proofs were never intended for regular circulation and were specially struck for collectors using polished dies. The 2017 S silver proof quarters, made of 90% silver, have been known to sell for $20 to $100 each, depending on their condition and design. Complete 2017 silver proof sets, when sealed and certified, can bring in even higher prices. When browsing through eBay listings, you can find 2017 quarters selling from just a few dollars all the way up to several hundred, especially if they are graded or contain visible minting errors. Have you ever wondered if that 1999 Washington quarter dollar sitting in your pocket change could be worth far more than 25 cents? Believe it or not, this simple-looking coin might just turn the tables for you. Some rare 1999 quarters have sold for incredible prices on eBay and other online auction platforms, shocking even experienced collectors. So make sure you stick around till the end of this video to find out its true value and how you can sell it for maximum profit. The 1999 Washington quarter marked a historic change in American coinage. It was the first year of the United States Mint's 50-state quarters program, one of the most successful coin series in U.S. history. This program honored each state with its own unique reverse design, and in 1999, 5 designs were released: Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. Each of these designs carries distinct features and has its own level of collector demand, which directly affects the coin's market value today. Now, while millions of these quarters were produced for circulation, not all of them are equal in value. The real money lies in the details: mint marks, conditions, and minting errors. For instance, coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint marked with a P and Denver Mint marked with a D are the most common, while proof coins from the San Francisco Mint marked with an S are minted in smaller quantities, especially the silver proofs, which attract premium bids from collectors. Online, let's talk about what makes some 1999 quarters worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One of the most valuable versions is the 1999 Delaware quarter with the famous spitting horse error die crack on the obverse that makes it appear as if the horse on the coin is spitting. Depending on condition, this error coin can sell anywhere from $50 up to $250 on eBay, and some in pristine condition have reached over $500. Another example is the 1999 Georgia State quarter struck on the wrong planche, such as a nickel or foreign coin blank. These are extremely rare mint errors, and some of them have fetched thousands of dollars in major auctions. For instance, a 1999 Georgia quarter struck on a nickel planche was auctioned for over $3,500. That's an unbelievable amount for a coin most people overlook in their change. Even standard 1999 state quarters in near-perfect condition can be surprisingly valuable. Quarters graded MS-68 or higher by PCGS or NGC have sold for $200 to $500, depending on the state and mint mark. Collectors are especially eager to complete full, high-grade sets of the 1999 series since it marks the start of the program, giving these coins a special, historical and sentimental appeal. Silver-proof versions from the San Francisco Mint are another category worth noting. These were made for collectors and not released for circulation.